Hello! I'm Brian.
I'm Kayla.
This is a smaller podcast, but we're doing one!
Yay!
It's only taken us
I think
3
it's been
months?
I think it's been 4 months. I think our last podcast was back at the end of May, beginning of June.
Because Age of Ultron came out, and we were supposed to do one on Jurassic World and Mad Max.
That just never happened. We will though. We will review them at some point.
They'll be on DVD at some point. We'll do a DVD review of those. But how you doing? We haven't seen y'all in... Okay, well, you've seen me, because I've been the one doing videos. But
and I've been with school and
everyone
work.
Has been
most
Our
of us.
Technical producer Izzy is probably killing someone right now. I'm joking. Please don't kill me, Izzy. Please. Dylan's in school. Tia's at work. So it's
pretty much just us today.
Right now. Hopefully we'll have a big group once again to do another video. But
we're planning on doing a few in the future. We're still planning on doing the cosplay interview at some point. Excuse me. I know we're planning to do like a small podcast or a small video on why we cosplay and why we do the things that we do, why we're into these things.
And that's at least 30, 40 minutes of discussion.
And we're gonna have to have more than just 2 people for that one. I mean, that's kind of like, you need other people for that. So that one's coming in the future. We don't know when yet, but it will come.
Right now, this moment in time, Doctor Who shirt.
Doctor Who Portal shirt.
Yeah, no, I got this one for free actually.
Oh, nice. You got it for
Whovianshirts.com.
Lucky.
Yes, it took 4 weeks.
You okay? You need some water?
I'm good. I'm good. Just that took
So,
too long to get the shirt. But today's our second episode is a little short one on horror games because was it Until Dawn came out not that long ago, and it's being critical acclaim.
And then of course Five Nights at Freddy's 4 came out.
Yeah, and it's gonna be made into a movie.
Which we'll talk about that at another date. Let's hold off on that.
But
plus, I mean, Halloween's coming up in a month or two, so I mean, I feel like it's time.
Candy.
Yeah, basically.
Lots of candy.
Donate candy.
To me.
To both of us.
Yes.
Actually, no. To everyone. Everybody on the channel deserves it.
Yes.
Anyway.
Chocolate.
I don't think they could hear you.
Chocolate! Give it to me! Anyways.
Alright, so...
She has all, like, the notes and everything.
Yeah, okay, so... The first question, what makes a game a horror game?
That kind of game that you play in the dark, no lights, no anything, just you, and you pee yourself at least 3 times during the first 45 minutes, which is just the prologue, not even the full game yet. Not saying this happened to me, I'm just literally basing examples.
Alright, I mean, I guess the real question is, what do you think makes a horror game a horror game? Because we can be all scared of different things. I mean, hell, when I'm mining in Minecraft and a creeper falls on top of me in the darkness, that's pretty scary. I mean...
Oh, like... I don't do heights. I mean, I don't mind jumping off stuff or, like, doing trampoline stuff, but I don't like flying. So if I'm in a horror game where I'm in an airplane and there's, like, a monster and you have... this amount of time to kill it before he kills you or the plane or something like that. I'm not touching that shit.
So, okay. So, like in Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5, not that big of a horror game, more of an action. That's when it started to gear more towards action players. But during the fight scene with Wesker, when you're in the plane and just kind of opens up, would probably scare you.
Let me be honest. The last horror game I played was Resident Evil 2. I was 8, 9 years old, maybe.
Really, that long?
And I remember I actually got pretty far in the game, and I remember it was a level where I'm walking, and all of a sudden, this giant 8, I don't know, tentacle, I don't know what it was, it was Resident Evil 2 because I still remember the case being like 2 and like the eyeball and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And I remember it came up to attack. I shit you not, I ran. Not the character. I shit and dropped the controller and ran. I don't know what happened to the character. It might have died. The whole world got taken on. I don't care. I don't fuck with that. I was done. I have not played a horror game since I think I played like with a friend. We played Left 4 Dead. Or
See, that was another topic. There's also like games that are more actiony that also have horror elements. You know, would you consider those horror games, or would you consider them action with horror aspects?
Left 4 Dead is, I mean, it's not accurate presentation of zombies, but it's a different take on the same genre. Yeah. 4-player co-op, which Lacey plays every night. Like,
it's a pretty good game.
Left 4 Dead 2, matter of fact. Thank you. You know, put in Louisiana.
Yeah, at some point,
that.
you know.
But I don't know, like they have elements of like what would happen, you know, like ammo being scarce and like weapons like dulling out over time.
Yeah.
But then you have like bloaters and like zombies that like can run at super fast speeds and shit. I think one of the best interpretations of a zombie game was DayZ.
I actually never played DayZ, but I heard it was really good.
You literally create your character and they throw you in the world. It's just you. And during the day, the zombies are docile. If you make sound, though, they will attract you like they hear. Here's the thing, though. When night happens, there's no light, there's no street. It is dark. And on top of that, there are other people playing who you don't know if they're going to be your friends or foes. So they can kill you and take your stuff. And you don't just like, blah, 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 respawn. No, you're dead. Your character is gone forever. You have to start all the way at the beginning. So you can have armor, guns, food, health. And because one player is like, I like your shirt.
I want it.
Bah!
So
Done.
It instills that there are consequences for
Yeah.
dying. It's not like we're a game where, oh, you die, you use a respawn, you know, go find your stuff, pick it up, and you're all good.
No.
You know,
Like,
there's actual consequences when you die.
Another weird take on it was Dying Light, which
I really want to play that one.
the moment I saw that zombie run through a building and throw a car at me,
Oh, well then.
I went, no, this is a Brock Lesnar zombie. You know what? Knock me out, put a bullet in my head, Jesus, take my body. Done.
So,
not doing this.
Last horror game I played was probably The Last of Us.
Which is a beautiful fucking game.
I haven't finished it. I know how it ends, sort of, but I haven't finished it. But I enjoy it. It feels like it's bringing back some of the classic horror elements of, you know.
Because they're not
very
called zombies, they're called clickers.
Yeah, and that's well, they're not real zombies. They're technically fungus, but
yeah,
that's another thing. But it instills in you that it's not a good idea to try to fight these things head on. You want to try and find an alternate route, you know. And I think that's what really makes it scary. Is not only are there these things that can just wreck your shit,
yeah,
but you can't face them head on. It's not a good idea to just, hey, let's just shoot at them.
No, because more will come and you will die.
Yeah.
Well, you'll die. Ellie's immune somehow, which they
talk about
talk about that.
But they recently released. I think they recently released. No, that game's old. The DLC. How long?
The DLC came out not long after the game. It's like the back. We all know this. The backstory to Ellie and her friend.
I'm really far behind in gaming just because I can't afford it. But
you did finish Dark Souls 2 though.
Yes, I did finish. Not Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 1.
Oh, sorry, Dark Souls 1.
But I am.
Which is still an accomplishment. Because if you've played Dark Souls, you know how fucking hard that game is.
So. We can talk about the difficulty of that game later, but
in life.
I recently finished Dark Souls 1. I'm going on to Dark Souls 2, and I'm going to eventually get Dark Souls 3. I'm probably going to pre-order it. But the thing about Dark Souls, I think it can be classed as horror mostly because of you don't know if you can beat these enemies. And it's scary, especially when you're just in darkness, just like, oh god, I can't see anything.
On top of that, you have people that can invade your body and,
of course.
and take your stuff, too.
Yeah, I actually did not get a chance to play online, just because I had it on Xbox Live, and I didn't have Live at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I did recently get Live just to try out the multiplayer. It is, like, pretty scary when you're just sitting at your bonfire and then your character just sits up and you're like, why can't I? Oh, I'm being invaded. And then you don't know where they're in your map. They could just be waiting for you to come around a corner and then, oh, look, you got a scythe through your head.
And I take all your stuff.
But I really enjoyed that game. But I think it's more of an action, role-playing game more than a horror game. But it does have horror aspects. Okay, here's a question. Do you think that the gorier a game is, the scarier it is? Or do you think that a lot of games are just playing to the disturbing factor? Is being disturbed scary? Like
what's it called? Oh, god damn it.
Are the Saw movies scary, or are they just grotesque?
It's grotesque. It's stupid. Like, you can easily just not go alone to places, you know?
Yeah.
What was that game called? You're a cop and you have to investigate something and... It's like stupid.
Evil Within?
Yeah.
I have that written down here. I wanted to talk about that game because I really wanted to play it.
God.
I watched a little bit of Markiplier playing it, and it looked really scary.
Shout out to Markiplier.
We love you.
He's having some issues, some personal issues right now, so he won't be able to film for a little bit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He posted like a little while ago on his Facebook.
Well,
so
I don't think Markiplier's gonna be watching us, but if you are, we hope things go well for you. Hi, we love you.
Hi, everyone that's watching this.
Yeah, everybody, seriously. If you're a YouTuber, we'd probably watch you if you're a gaming YouTuber.
Shout out to the Belly Gaming Bureau. I'm waiting for those questions, boys. I'm looking right at you. What, Big Red? Hazy Rome? Hypeville? Hype City? Hype Town? Hype Planet? All of it.
What makes a horror game scary, in your opinion?
It's the basic elements. The fear of the unknown, darkness, something that's more powerful than you, something that preys on a fear of, like, something that you connect to, like I said, I don't do heights. So if I'm in, I don't know, like a skyscraper and the building's shaking, I look out the window and it's a long way down, I'ma freak out a little bit. And then here comes this fucking monster that's like throwing me near a window, almost throwing me out the building. I'm freaking out. And then on the flip side, then you have like underground, you're in the darkness, you don't know what's happening. You feel like the room is getting just closer and closer, and then you the fuck is that? Then like it comes out and it's like crawling on the ceiling and stuff.
Oh man, I think for me it falls into the uncanny valley. Things that scare me are things that look like they should be normal, but they're not. Like how Mark, he has a fear of mannequins where they fall into the uncanny valley where they look realistic, they look like they should move, but they don't look quite right. And that's the thing that really scared me. So like things like that where they're crawling on the ceiling and like they look humanoid but they're just not quite right. Those kinds of things scare me. Or it really depends on the game. I think it really depends.
Have you ever had a game give you nightmares?
Yes, I have. I like a really long time ago. The scariest game for me was actually Resident Evil 3 with Nemesis. He was probably the scariest boss I've ever faced. I haven't played the Silent Hill games, so I don't really know much about Pyramid Head, which I know a lot of people are like weirded out by Pyramid Head. But Nemesis for me was probably the scariest villain in a video game that I've faced simply because you couldn't beat him. No matter what you did, even if you did kill him in the first area where he came, he would still come after you. He'd come after you throughout the game, and you didn't know when he was going to spawn. At least I didn't. I was a lot younger.
Yeah, when you were younger, like, there wasn't, like, what we have now. There weren't, like, Game Guys, YouTube. I mean, there were, but you had to, like, read, like, a book about this thick. Now, I mean, they come out like this, and now there's not really a guide anymore. Because
guys,
you have YouTube,
online,
you have Twitch, you have...
game FAQs.
Yeah, you have all of this information to tell you where to go, where to avoid, and stuff like that.
And what triggers certain enemies to appear and what you can do to get around them. We didn't have that back in the day.
No.
You know, you could go online and go on game FAQs or whatever, but that didn't mean you were going to sit there and read through this entire page. And a lot of them weren't even that good back in the day.
No, because it was usually like a 12-year-old who's like, oh, blah, 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 then turn here, then blah, 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 and then you're like, you do it, and then, you're dying, like, every 5 seconds, and then, what?
Why am I dead?
Oh, I was looking.
Sorry about that.
Technical error. There's a little bit of pause. Don't know why the camera just decided to just stop.
Yeah, we really need to get a new camera, but we just don't have the money right now. We'll eventually invest in one.
But as we were saying, blah, 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 turn and die. But actually, since it went on, I just thought about the Japanese game makers. They make, like, they love horror. Like we've all seen with their movies.
Of course. The
Human
Ring.
Centipede.
That was actually, I'm pretty sure that was actually an American film.
Was it?
I think it was. But anyway,
God damn.
with Fatal Frame.
That's the game I was thinking of, Fatal Frame.
One of the best horror games.
Oh.
I think one of the best horror games.
If you're a noob or you have never played this game, basically you're a Japanese girl?
Yeah, you're a young schoolgirl. I believe I haven't played the first one, but I did play the
You have this camera, like what we're using, and you have the spirits and ghosts that are out to kill you, and the only way you can see them and stop them is to take a picture of them.
Yeah.
Now,
that sounds easy.
Until you play it, you have no idea where they're coming from, so you have to, like, hold the camera up, put it down. Hold the camera up, put it down. Then you walk, hold the camera up. Ah! What the fuck?
So that's actually another good point. We're talking about a lot of older horror games.
Which one, honestly, probably the best.
Well,
of the
here's the thing: the reason we feel they're the best. First off, they're not pumping out many horror games now.
No.
But first of all, one of the things that we probably found the scariest was not being able to control your character very well. Like, that was really the scariest thing for me, knowing that I can't move very fast.
Like, the controls have gotten a lot tighter and better throughout the years.
And so you feel like you can escape things better.
Yeah. Back in the day, like, when you had just the basic PS1 or N64 controller, you're just like, you're trying, but it's like,
your character is sluggish, you know, they're very laggy, but also they feel scarier because of the systems itself. A lot of horror games, they have limited, like, you know, they have limited storage, they have limited capabilities, and so usually they're very dark and very, like, your field of vision is very small because the game can't render things very far.
Now you
can render, like, whole
Xbox One.
Yeah,
you have
whole, like, maps. You know, like with Mad Max, like the maps in that, or with Skyrim even, like the maps in Skyrim, you can just stand on top of a mountain and just see almost all of Skyrim.
I just thought about something. You said they're not making a lot of horror games. Indie makers are doing a lot of horror games.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like, a lot.
Five Nights at Freddy. I'm trying to think of a couple. I had that written down. And I think Amnesia was originally an indie game.
Yeah. It's not really a horror game, but it kind of has some elements. Life is Strange.
I've never heard of that.
It's similar to like a Telltale game.
Oh, okay.
You're this teenage girl. You have the ability to rewind time, but there's like this impending darkness coming towards you.
Okay.
And you can. It's like it makes like a butterfly effect. You save this one life and creates
Yeah,
this.
which
if you
is-
don't, it creates this.
Which of course is like the big
Go
thing
check
in
that
Until
out
Dawn.
too. Life is Strange is a beautiful, beautiful game and a great story. But as we start off with Until Dawn, which has gotten critical acclaim, you're stuck in a cabin a couple of years ago where your friends died, and there are these things attacking you and trying to kill you, and help will not come until dawn.
Of course.
And it's basically so Winnebago.
Wendigo.
Winnebago.
Winnebago.
Winnebago. That's a band. Well, Winnebago is still fucking deadly. I mean, Breaking Bad much, but
oh my god, that was.
that wasn't even Winnebago.
Anyway.
Oh, whatever. But you. Oh god, it's like you have some quick time events, like you either go this way or go this way, and if you don't go that way, they kill you badly.
So,
like just
there's a lot of different things with that game. Choice,
the
it's
makers,
very, very heavily choice oriented. So what you choose to do in an instance will affect you later on in the game.
And then the great thing about the game is they made it for replayability, because there are multiple different ways the story can end. You can either have all of them survive,
all of them die,
all of them die,
a couple of
one
them,
survive,
yeah.
3 survive,
one of them die.
One die.
You're hurting your brain.
One died. What she said.
Oh my god. Okay, so this is something a lot of people have been thinking. Is the horror genre dying?
I wouldn't say it's dying, but it's not as big as it was in, I guess, the mid 90s,
Yeah, that was when
late
it kind of
90s,
exploded.
early 2000s.
Yeah, the genre exploded.
Because it's kind of drifting away from like the original just horror roots to like more horror and action. Granted, there are still those who are true to making horror-based games,
yeah.
and so far those who have been true to making those horror-based games have done extremely well.
Of course, the Resident Evil franchise, that's drifting off into another direction. The Silent Hill franchise, both of those early on were amazing, but again, with how things progress, you know, you have to.
I love the Resident Evil movies, but they have nothing to do with the
really
game.
Don't. I mean, I can
Mia
enjoy
Jovovich, how you doing? I know you're married. Congratulations on that and the babies and stuff, but
I can enjoy it as movies, but not as Resident Evil movies. But of course, we've got Evil Within that came out recently, Until Dawn. I personally really enjoyed Alan Wake. You know, it got a lot of
very underrated, but it for the time it came out was what, the Xbox 360 and the PS3, which were both nearing their end of the life cycle because we were about to head into the Xbox One, PS4, and.
It is very underrated, and it got a lot of mixed reviews, and so it turned a lot of people off. But
and then they were going to make a sequel with the wife, apparently.
Oh.
And
I know they have like a mini-series, and you know, they'll have all sorts of things, but I actually enjoyed that game. I would recommend it if you like horror or psychological
because you're in
thrillers.
the dark, which is terrifying, and the only thing you have is a flashlight to keep them away. A flashlight, fire.
Yeah, you do get guns later on, but they don't really do a whole lot. They're meant to. You're supposed to use like light on them, and then you shoot them.
I think it's the creatures he created.
Yeah,
you're literally fighting the thing you make. So you're like, okay, I know your weakness, but
yeah, it's a really weird game. I really enjoyed it. BioShock was, for me, it was kind of scary. I love that game. I think
that's more action adventure.
It is, but it's also you're in this isolated
like
area.
sci-fi action adventure, really. Yeah. The big daddies, you have like these elements of like.
It's very biopunk. In a way.
I would say that, yeah.
Yeah, very like biopunk.
The first two, BioShock Infinite, is.
BioShock 1 had a lot of horror elements in it, but it was not. It doesn't classify as a horror game. Don't think I'm saying that, but that, in my opinion, was a really, really good game. It had some really good horror elements in it. Clive Barker's Jericho, very, very underrated video game. Came out at the birth of the Xbox 360. Again, very much an action game, but it had a lot of horror elements in it. More of the gore horror elements, though. It's a very gore-based game, but I would recommend that if you like horror games.
Speaking of that,
speaking
of the Xbox 360 and all that, the game series, I didn't get to play, but I watched one of my friends play, and it was the either the second or the third one, and it messed me up. Was the Fear series?
I That's on the list.
Okay.
That's on the list. Fear.
I think it was the second game where you're in a chair or something and you have to go into another realm to fight something. But while you're in the other realm, your body, Anna is coming out of nowhere attacking you. And by attacking you, I mean she's raping you.
Oh, wonderful.
Like, straight up, sitting on top of you, going to town while you're on the other side trying to stay alive, killing this thing.
That's really uncomfortable.
And then after you kill it, you come back. She turns around and is like, we're pregnant now.
Oh, man.
The fuck? That's what my homie literally, we both just sat there and went, what the fuck?
I'm so sorry.
What? That ain't mine. Maury, I ain't the father. I wasn't here for this.
Oh, man.
Like, what the fuck? That's so fucked up. You literally get raped while you're trying to stay alive.
Stop talking about really messed up moments in video games. The new Uncharted game has DLC where, I think it's Uncharted. I'm pretty sure.
Well, Thief Center is not out yet.
It was either Uncharted or Far Cry. But there's DLC where you get strapped onto this table, and the groom, he basically castrates men, turns them into women, and then rapes them and kills them.
Ah!
So your character is laying on this table, about to have this procedure done where he destroys your genitals, and you're in first person, like, trying to, like, get away, and then... Oh man, that's probably one of the most disturbing things I've seen in a video game in a long, long time. I didn't even play the game, and I was just like, oh my god.
Oh, that makes my balls hurt.
Yeah, cringeworthy.
Oh, okay.
But,
what time is it?
It's
1 o'clock.
Yeah, we still got like 5 minutes, I think.
I think we have like 7 minutes left to tape, so I don't think we're going to get through all
one
this.
more thing, you know, Dead Space, the original Dead Space,
yeah.
Amnesia: The Dark Descent, Alien Isolation.
That's another one.
Five Nights at Freddy's, of course. A lot of it gets good and bad reviews, but I think it deserves to be put in the horror category. Let me think. Okay, here's a question for the viewers: who is scarier, Nemesis from Resident Evil or Pyramid Head from Silent Hill?
Ooh.
Yeah. Go ahead, tell us what you think.
Even. That'd be a bet. Didn't they do that one in the movies?
I don't know, but they did have Silent Hill.
That means that's Silent Hill and Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Oh, why have they not made a crossover of those two?
Because they're two completely different genres in a way. And I say that because you've got supernatural on one side and biochemistry on the other, but they had like
that should be a death battle. Screw Attack, if you're watching this.
Do a death battle.
Yes!
Pyramid Head versus Nemesis from
Resident Evil. There we go. But we do have our first viewer question.
Oh, really?
Yes. But it's from my roommate.
Okay, that's fine. It's better than nothing.
Yes.
Ask us things! Give us things to talk about.
So the question is, and it's directed towards me, why are you stupid? Let's be clear, I am not stupid. I have slow moments. I've had accidents, lots. But I am not stupid. Okay? I've said some stupid things, as we've already seen. I've done stupid things like try to walk to Waffle House at 2 in the morning and almost break my ankle just because I wanted a waffle at 2 in the morning.
You did come over the other day and like you accidentally broke off the thing again. You walk over and you're like, I did it again. Caleb.
So my store, I've broken like half of it. The gate, the door, the microwave's caught on fire, the computer, the printer. But I'm not stupid, damn it. I'm just accident prone.
The security system.
That was not my fault. That was Robbie. What's up, Robbie? Throwing you on the bus on that one. But I'm not stupid. Accident prone, clumsy, sometimes awkward, but not stupid. I have a high IQ. I think it's like 180 or 175.
I have never taken an IQ test.
I took one in school and it was clear. It was well over 170, okay. 180.
But
I think 180 is genius though. So I might be wrong on that one.
I'm not sure. But I think.
Anyways, if you have questions, more questions for us, other than me being stupid, be sure to send us questions to the YouTube channel, which is this.
Yeah, of course.
Facebook, geeksquire.com. She will be working on the Tumblr page soon.
Yeah, it'll be up. I don't know when, but once it's up, we'll go ahead and post it on the Facebook page and
I will
the YouTube
try
channel.
to get the email. I think we have one.
I made an email for the Tumblr page.
Okay.
I'll have to write it down. I don't remember entirely off the top of my head, but it's basically geeksquire@gmail.com. But don't email us just yet.
Yeah,
I think there's an underscore.
So right
somewhere.
now is the Facebook page and the YouTube page. Send us questions. On top of that, send me questions at Cosplay Amiibo or Instagram, Choji90. Be sure to check out our sister channel, the Better Gaming Bureau. Check them out. They have awesome podcasts and videos. Big Red NY. Deep Voice is a Twitch channel which has been offline for ever. Hazy Rum runs the Better Gaming Bureau on Instagram.com. And I think that is it. We have less than 30 seconds left before this camera turns off again.
Quick question. What do you think about doing a weekly poll?
On what?
Just gaming things.
Okay, I'm about to say like a pole dance. I don't think I got
No. Like weekly, like a voting poll or something.
Well, let's leave that to the viewers.
Yeah.
If you want to see us do a weekly poll, leave it in the comments. If not, leave it in the comments.
I guess.
Think
Thumbs
that's
up,
it.
sub.
Like, subscribe, share, all those good things. And until then,
I guess that's it for now.
I have a sandwich.
Yes.
We have to add food to like one of these somehow. I don't know. It just becomes a thing now.
What if we do gaming food?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Y'all have a good day.
Peace.
Peace out.